Ready to kick things off in this 4A championship final. Holy Cross Crusaders out of Saskatoon taking on the Centennial Chargers. Holy Cross comes into this one the perfect record on the season, 7-0. 275 points scored, 75 points allowed. So we know Centennial is in tough. They come in with a 6-1 record. The lone defeat on the season coming to Holy Cross. Centennial scored 224 points while allowing 164. Underway in the 4A City Final. Simon Hyatt, Jack Nukchuk from Saskatoon Minor Football Field. Centennial will start off with decent field position following the opening kickoff return.
Zach Moeller returning the ball for the Chargers. Did a nice job of bringing it from about his 25-yard line all the way up to around the 40, it looks like. So
the Taryn Prefontaine, quarterback for Centennial, leading his Chargers out onto the field. Good season for Prefontaine, 1,566 yards, 19 touchdowns, 5 picks. First play from scrimmage going to the air is Prefontaine. He's got a man. Nice little gain here, picking up several yards. Zach Krysak, first down, Centennial.
Zach Krysak coming out of the backfield, and quarterback Prefontaine getting the ball to him. Well-designed football play, gets him the first down.
Prefontaine, longest play of the year, 90 yards from scrimmage. He's got an arm. Keeping it on the ground here for their second play. Nice little gain of about 6 for Centennial. That one on the ground for Thomas Coghill.
Just as in game one, when we had Jordan Tabin running for Tommy Douglas, Coghill, Thomas keeps his feet going and is able to gain some yards.
So Centennial coming out of the gate strong. Couple of good offensive plays to get this one going on a snowy night in Saskatoon. On the ground once again. Coghill again. Big hole up the middle. First down. Big gainer.
Great blocking by the offensive line, opening up that hole. He was not touched until he had already gained first down yardage. So as you said, Centennial coming out fired up, taking the ball and moving it down the field.
We know it's tough to tell on the television screen exactly where these guys are in the field, so we'll try to keep you updated. Centennial now on the Holy Cross 35-yard line. Going to be Coghill once again. A little bit less of a hole this time, but no worries for Coghill. He's got another big gain, close to another first down.
Coghill takes it off the right-hand side. Looked like a little bit of a zone read, which means that he will make his cuts based upon the way the offensive line blocks the defense. So he had to sidestep and moved up, gained about 9 yards on the play.
It'll be second and just about a little more than half yard, it looks like. Another give for Coghill, another first down, and much more. Coghill, can he make it through? Down close to the goal line. Wow, this Coghill impressive in the early going.
Well, you know what? Coghill couldn't be doing it without his offensive line. And I bet he is just so happy to see the way those Hoggies are blocking.
Coghill on the season, 856 yards on the ground. Per average carry, 8.3 yards. Absolutely outstanding. 5 touchdowns. He has helped march his Centennial Chargers down to the Holy Cross goal line opening drive, looking for the first score. Prefontaine. Once again, Coghill. He's got the opening, he's into the end zone. 6-0 Centennial.
Off tackle left, Thomas Coghill carries the Chargers down, scores the touchdown. What a great opening series.
Yeah, that looked easy.
Oh, who was the Krysak? Caught the first ball thrown by Prefontaine, and then it was the Thomas Coghill show. And credit to the offensive line.
So now the extra point attempt for Centennial. Milan Jadlan, 23 out of 26 on the season. for the Centennial Chargers, hit 9 out of 13 field goal attempts. And he gives the Centennial Chargers the 7-0 lead.
Wow.
Quick start.
The weather has not had an impact here on the Chargers so far. So let's hope that things continue. I'm sure that head coach Scott Hunseth is going to have his Crusaders all fired up and ready to answer the bell here.
Saw a lot of short kicks in the first game. Might see the same thing here in the second, Jack?
You know what? I've noticed that an awful lot in the high school football league this season. The short kick, skyscraper, you know, high, allowing the cover guys to get down there quick and perhaps, you know, recover a fumble if the ball bounces off one of the return team players. So we'll see what happens.
Centennial with the quick strike. Kicking off, it will be Jablon once again. Bit of a medium distance one here. There for Holy Cross. Coming down with it. Looked like number 5 was 55 for Holy Cross, and that is Seth Hundeby.
Yep. Ramsey Durbis returning the ball for Holy Cross. And as I said, a skyscraper. Durbis had very little return on it. He caught the ball, and what are you looking at? It was 26, not 56, I thought.
Check it. I might have had it wrong. My apologies. Holy Cross out there for their first drive, led by Matthew Wilson.
Could have been me.
No worries at all. Matthew Wilson leads the Holy Cross Crusaders. Pitch for their first play from the scrimmage. That one into the hands of Tanner Sakics.
Zakash.
How do you say it?
Zakash.
Zakash. Oh my goodness.
Cash. The reason I know that, there was a Don Zakash who coached wrestling down in Swift Current that I coached against. So
I should have gotten the phonetic lineup sheet instead of just the plain printed out one.
Wow.
Zakash with a nice gain for the first play from scrimmage from Holy Cross. Gain of 5, bring up 2nd and 5 for the Crusaders. Crowd into it here at Saskatoon Minor Football Field to catch once again. He's got first down and more.
Number 65, Aiden Connolly, is just taking Zakash downfield. See his hand on his hip. Zakash following him.
First down, Holy Cross. Running game looking good on both sides here in the early going in this 4A championship final.
As you can see, 2 championship caliber teams have great offensive lines.
Wilson with the pitch. Opening on the near side now. The catch going to be hit out of bounds.
Ryan Gibson, the right tackle for the Holy Cross Crusaders, does a great peel back block and allows the ball carrier to take the ball down.
Another Holy Cross first down. Zakachik again. Nice little move there, little stutter step, then gets to the outside. Holy Cross, just like Centennial did on their first possession, moving the ball effectively on the ground. They do run a ground attack offense, and once again Zakash, this time up the middle, big hole, another first down.
As a former running back coach, I loved offensive linemen, and I'm just really impressed here with offensive lines of both teams.
Absolutely.
You know, any running game, you have to have a great O-line. To have a passing game, you need a great O-line. It's a big part of any successful football team.
Started to mention Matthew Wilson, 876 yards through the air on the season. Holy Cross looking to attack once again on the ground. First time Centennial's been able to stop Zakash, and they stop him for a big loss. Big defensive play there for the Chargers.
That loss came at an opportune time. Holy Cross has been moving down the field almost unhindered, so brings up a big 2nd and about 12 for Holy Cross. We'll see if the Centennial can force them into a third down situation.
Wilson, 9 touchdowns through the air, 4 interceptions on the season. He'll drop back his first pass of the evening. Got lots of time. He's winding up. He's looking deep. Does he have a man? Battle for the ball. No good. That one intended for Ethan Shervell.
If you watch the defensive backfield of the Centennial team, that's the reason why he took so long to complete the ball, because all his receivers were well covered. So he's searching, and even still he has to go where the coverage is very close. So good job by Centennial's defensive backs.
Shervell got a hand on it, unable to pull it in. Holy Cross is going to punt here. Interesting decision this deep. You thought they maybe go for it.
Well,
timeout going to be taken by the Chargers, it looks like.
Simon, I think a real good play, because what will happen is they, if they kick it into the end zone, they may score a single, or if they have it short, they'll keep it in the Centennial deep field position. So, you know, it's a calculated gamble early on here.
With the timeout, all the Chargers over to the sideline. Well, I say all of them. Number 1, Dylan Hines, is just going to stay there in the end zone, ready to receive that punt.
Zach Kryzak also into the end zone.
James Thomas in to punt for the Crusaders. Snap hits the ground. Thomas, good job to recover it. This one going to just come up short of the end zone. Chargers are going to bring it out. They'll get it out to around the 7-yard line, so they prevent any points from being scored. Good play there by Centennial.
Well, they brought it out, but they've got 103 yards to go. You know,
you're saying you'd be okay with giving up those points in this early in the game?
Early in the game like this, you know, you'll end up with better field position, because if they don't get a couple of first downs, they're going to be forced to punt and give the ball back to Holy Cross on their side of center field. So, you know, we'll see how things work themselves out, but early in the game.
In defense of Hines on that play, that was a punt that ended up landing right around the goal line. He might not have been exactly where he was in relation to the goal line, so I think maybe that impacted the decision for him to bring it out.
Good point, Simon.
Back to pass, a little bit off the mark. That one intended for Riley Brom.
Okay, we're seeing that he's throwing to the wide side of the field. The ball has been placed on the left hash mark, and he's throwing wide on the right-hand side of the hash mark. That's a long way to throw in a game like this. So we'll have to see if he continues to throw that long ball or shorten it up as he did in the first drive.
So 2nd and 10 for Centennial. Prefontaine again back to pass. Got that man across the middle once again. This one a little bit more on target. However, again, incomplete. Brom unable to corral it, so now it'll be Centennial out to punt.
Just thrown a little bit behind him. It would have been a tough catch to make, but probably should have been caught.
Defender right there as well. Ethan Bowes in on the play, making sure Brom unable to wrap that one up.
So here we see punt. Both of the Holy Cross returners on the Centennial side of center field.
For Holy Cross, that's Terrell Brightly.
Short kick.
And Sackets.
Whistle dead to avoid anybody, you know, getting hurt.
So explain that rule a little bit, Jack. What just happened there for people who might not be familiar?
Well, in amateur football, what can happen at the discretion of the officials, if the ball is going to come down in a crowd that includes members of both teams, what they will do is whistle it dead to prevent someone trying to run up, catch the ball, someone running hard to cover and tackle, and someone getting hurt. It's a safety thing.
Sure.
So it makes good sense at high school level.
Good field position for the Holy Cross Crusaders at the Centennial 35-yard line. Another carry. Nice carry, another first down. Catch. Doing it all on the ground for the Crusaders.
On this play, what I saw was one of the receivers. It looked like an inside receiver, number 30 there, making a nice block and allowing Zakash to get down the field. So not only is the offensive line blocking well, the receivers are blocking well for the Crusaders.
First down, Holy Cross. Another carry for Zakash. Held to about 4 yards on this one. Gets it down to about the 21-yard line of Centennial.
Holy Cross offensive line coming out hard, allowing Zakash to make the decisions where he's going to run the ball.
2nd and 7 from the 24. Centennial with the first score of the game. Holy Cross looking to get on the board. Nice little hookup here. Finding James Owens is Prefontaine.
It's going to be close to a first down. It looks like maybe he turned an
just a
ankle
little
or something.
short. Yeah, you're right. You can see hobbling off the field is James Owens.
But you can see as short passes, the ball has been placed on the right hash mark and the ball is thrown to the sideline. So it's not as difficult to throw for Wilson, the Holy Cross quarterback. I think given the game conditions, that's something that we'll need to watch as the game goes on. The distance that the quarterbacks are trying to throw the ball.
Owens out of the game, replaced by Andrew Hassel. Got the chains coming out onto the field. 7-0 Centennial Chargers in this 4A city final. Winner advances to the provincial championships next weekend. Looks like just a little bit shy for Holy Cross. So bring up 3rd and short.
The provincial championship is going to be hosted in Regina, Simon. So one of these teams, if history repeats itself, going to be playing in Mosaic Stadium.
Right.
Wow, what a thrill.
That's got to be a lot of fun.
Man, oh man.
So 3rd and short for Holy Cross. Get the chains back in place on the far sideline.
Simon, I'm going to make a prediction. I think they run it off tackle to the right behind big 67.
All right, let's see.
Let's see.
The catch again?
No.
No.
Straight up the middle. Looks like a first down.
Yeah, looks like it.
Ryan Gibson, the right tackle, has impressed me so far. He's, from what I've been told prior to the game, he's about 6'5", over 250 pounds. That's a big, well, a big kid or a big young man.
So first down, Holy Cross from the Centennial 13-yard line following the catch. First down. Wilson, again, the give to Zakash. Again, he finds the opening down to about the 4.
Centennial's defensive backs coming up hard, supporting the run, but if it's a defensive back making the tackle, you know that there's 4 or 5 yards being gained on the play, and here we have it. Looks like 2nd and about 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, ball spotted at the 5-yard line of the Centennial Chargers.
And they can get a first down without scoring a touchdown.
Wilson, again, the give to Zakash. Someone met him there right away, but able to break that initial tackle. Looks like might be a little bit shy of the first down. Yeah, yard or
the
so
Centennial
short.
defensive tackle. I didn't get a number there, came up and filled the hole. Made it hard for Zakash to get the yardage he needed. It's 3rd and about 1.5, 2 yards, Simon.
All going to be blown dead. Timeout called by the Holy Cross Crusaders. Although you'd have to think that the play call here is probably Zakash. Or what are your thoughts, Jack? If you're the head coach here, what are you calling? You're a yard and a half short of the first down. You're about 3 yards short of the end zone.
Well, if it was a non-snowy night, I might fake the pitch to the right side, have the quarterback bootleg and go around the left-hand side. Little, deception, but I think when the field conditions are the way they are, you run straight ahead, you give it to your top ball carrier, run behind that offensive line. You know, they've done a great job so far, picked up the first downs when they've needed to.
So Wilson back out to the field, having got the play from Coach Hunseth. Told you, 10 touchdowns on the season, 4 as a catch. He rushed for more than 1,000 yards, certainly an impressive accomplishment. Short high school football season. Going to be the keeper for Wilson. Looked like he might have been stopped. I don't think he got it. Ball's loose. I think the play might have been blown dead first. We'll see the spot, but I don't think he got the first down. He didn't. Turned over to the Centennial Chargers. Big defensive stop.
Huge defensive stand for the Chargers. Who is that? 66.
Right there to stop him for Centennial's number 66.
Brown.
He was the man who made the big hit that stopped the forward progress of Wilson. So Holy Cross able to march it deep. They go with the quarterback keeper instead of handing it off to Zakach, and it doesn't pay off. Centennial now pinned deep, and they'll have to do something to get it out of this danger zone.
Well, that's a huge play, though.
Absolutely.
You know, preventing the first down and the 3 attempts to score a touchdown. So real good play for the defense of Centennial.
Prefontaine back to the field. He hands off.
Coghill again, I believe, goes up the middle through that 0 hole on the right side of the center.
Coghill again. He was the man that really worked the Centennial Chargers down the field in their first possession, a possession in which they scored to open up the 7-0 lead they currently enjoy. Under a minute to go here, first quarter. Prefontaine dropping back to pass. Looking deep. That's going to be picked off. Holy Cross. Great read there. Prefontaine maybe poor decision there, throwing into double coverage, is there to pick it off. Ramsey Durbus of the Holy Cross Crusaders, and just like that, momentum back to Holy Cross.
Big defensive play by Durbus.
Could see Prefontaine being pressured on that one. I said double coverage. Really, there were 3 guys there, but Prefontaine was under a world of pressure, heaves it up, and now Holy Cross set up well to try and tie this game up. They're at the 16-yard line of Centennial.
Let's see if Centennial can come up with another big defensive stand.
Zakach in the backfield. Gets the handoff from Wilson. Wilson fakes the keep. A couple of yards picked up for Zakach. And that'll be the end of the first quarter of play. And, well, just like our first game tonight, entertaining first quarter of play, Jack.
This has been an exciting game to watch. Both teams are well prepared for the game and don't appear to have let the weather conditions really impact. Centennial trying to force the ball downfield, resulting in that interception in the last 2 plays ago. So we'll see what they are going to keep on doing.
Check it, one last play here to end the first quarter, and it's Holy Cross maybe picking up the first down. Looks like they did. Zakach gets down to around the 5-yard line, and that will officially bring an end to the first quarter of play in this 4A championship final. 7-0 our score. Centennial with the lead. We'll take a quick break. You're watching championship high school football on Shaw TV. Ready to get things going here. Second quarter play. Holy Cross deep in Centennial territory, threatening to score. They turned it over the last time they were down here. Wilson rolling out to his right. Again time. Again coverage. He's got a man open in the end zone, but dropping the ball. Oh man, he had a wide receiver and your heart breaks for Andrew Hassel.
No, that was a great play. Again, the offensive line picked up the charging Centennial defensive lineman. Watch here as he bootlegs out to the right, and I think that was the tackle that picked him up.
Receiver across the middle was Andrew Hassel. Hit him in the
kicking
hands.
himself.
Yeah, those are the ones you'll think about late at night. So that'll bring up second and goal for Holy Cross from about the 5-yard line. Wilson gonna keep it. Nice little hitter here. Brought down.
Short. Oh no!
They're gonna give him the touchdown. Get another look at it here, but Holy Cross on the board as that pass completed to Francesco Paul for the Holy Cross touchdown. Tough to see exactly where the goal line is from our perspective, but the official's right there saying in the end zone for a Holy Cross touchdown. Tackle coming up just a little bit late for Centennial's Carter Wingert. So now Holy Cross the chance to tie if they can kick the extra point. Up
We got a tie ball game, Simon.
Yeah. James Thomas there on the extra point. 7-7, 11:05 to go. Second quarter of action.
Holy Cross 7, Centennial 7.
Go back over to the Centennial Chargers.
Well, this championship game has all the earmarks of a classic. Each team has gone down the field. There's been some good defensive stands by both sides and touchdowns being scored by both sides. So I expect this excitement to continue.
Talked about it in our opening, the one matchup between these two teams this year back just about a month ago, October 12th here at Saskatoon Minor Football Field. That one was all Holy Cross, 27-3. So if you're Centennial, you're all tied up at 7, even though you just gave up the touchdown. You got to be feeling pretty good about things in this game, Jack.
Well, the players now have every reason to trust the game plan that head coach Brent Keeler has put forward for them. They probably talked about it a lot during the week, what needs to be done. And yeah, you know what? It's a ball game.
Pretty deep kick here and a good return. Nice return for Centennial. Zach Moeller gets it out to about midfield on a rare deep kickoff.
No, Zach Moeller did a nice job fielding the ball, finding the seam to run through. And as you said, makes it out to center field.
First down, Centennial.
So Centennial right at midfield. Prefontaine, the hand for Coghill, flag down. Coghill on the outside, can he go all the way? Knocked out of bounds, just short. We'll see about the flag in the backfield, however.
That's coming back, Simon.
Is that a hold?
That's a hold. This head ref at least has a gray toque, not black like the other one. Yeah.
Easy to pick out. And another look at it here. So Coghill, another good run for Centennial, but goes for naught. And they're going to lose some yardage on the play with the holding penalty. Fun watching those explosions of snow as these guys get brought down over there, especially on the sideline where it's accumulated a little bit.
Yeah, that's right.
So first down repeated, 1st and 20 now for Centennial. Prefontaine in the shotgun. He's going to throw it.
Out into the flats.
Good job there to evade the tackle, getting away. Looks like that's Dylan Hines. Gain of maybe 11 or 12 on the play.
That's a good catch and run play by Dylan Hines.
That'll bring up about 2nd and 8. for Centennial. So back to around where they started this possession from, just on the Holy Cross side of the midfield mark. Prefontaine again from the shotgun. Gonna throw it again. Looking across the middle. Now he'll try to roll out to his right. Sees that shot down a little bit. That pass intended for Zach Pryzak. We got a flag down. That looks like a pass interference call.
You're right, Simon. As I was watching the play develop, I could see he's standing, waiting. So my eyes shifted to the defensive backfield of Holy Cross, and they had everybody covered, but just a little too tight. Pass interference. Going to end up with a first down for the Chargers.
Jake Neufeld called for the penalty. As Jack mentioned, that'll give the automatic first down to Centennial. Give them the ball at about the Holy Cross.
Let's go, boys!
46-yard line.
Let's go, Broad!
Prefontaine, the give. Few yards here on the ground for Coghill.
That time the defensive line for the Crusaders stood up their offensive counterparts, got under their shoulder pads, played them off, and were able to limit Coghill to just a short gain.
Bring up 2nd and 7 for Centennial. 9:10 to go, second quarter of action. Again, 12-minute quarters. Centennial adjusts their line. Prefontaine fakes the give for Coghill. He rolls out to his right. He's going to keep it and go for the run. He's got a first down and more, out of bounds. Prefontaine, a great fake. I think Holy Cross bought on that one a little bit, but more just great running by Prefontaine.
Well, Zach Moeller really added to a few extra yards. If you look downfield, he kept the defensive back away from Prefontaine. Nice block on the edge.
There at the end. So another Centennial first down. Now at the Holy Cross 30-yard line. Tied up at 7. That was midway through the second quarter. Coghill on the ground. He gets a bit of a shove from behind. He's got another first down.
Great blocking again by number 66 of the Charger offensive line, Rodine Brown, opening up the running lane. Right here you see him take out 51. Bobby Goodmanson.
Ramsey Durbis in on the tackle. Pulling him down, but Centennial again moving the ball effectively. Prefontaine the give. Coghill again looking to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Centennial.
Great run play. Off tackle on the right-hand side. Let's watch it on the replay. Here we go.
Yeah, pretty much untouched.
Let's go, boys!
Great run. Actually, it wasn't off tackle. It was off the guard's right hip. Well read by Coghill. And the Charger offensive lineman made that possible.
So Centennial, once again with the lead, they opened up the 7-0 advantage. Holy Cross tied it back up. Now looking to make it a 14-7 game. That one is up and good. Centennial playing with a ton of confidence coming in against the Holy Cross Crusaders. A 7-point lead, 8:09 to go, second quarter.
Simon, I've been really impressed with both teams here in the second game of this snowy Friday night at SMF Field. For them to be playing with the skills that they are tonight is a credit, to how hard they've practiced and worked during the course of the year. It's been a good football game so far.
Absolutely, as we've talked about in both our first game, in which North Battleford won the 3A title, and here in the early going in this 4A championship game. Conditions less than ideal, obviously, as you don't need me to tell you, a ton of snow on the field. Snow continues to fall. The good thing for both these teams, it's not an especially windy night, though it is cooling off. Now this kick going to eventually be picked up by Holy Cross and then quickly met by a gang of tacklers.
Francisco Paul picks the ball up right along the sideline, advances it about 3 or 4 yards forward before being tackled by a couple of Charger players.
Number 30, Francisco Paul.
So it looks about the 40-yard line, Simon, that the Crusaders will scrimmage 1st and 10.
I believe it's actually the 30. Again, it's really tough for us to tell from up here. Kind of have to go by what the sideline markers are and then find the ball. But I believe from the Centennial 30-yard line, Holy Cross will start off down 7. Zakash with the carry.
He's hit at the line of scrimmage.
Flag down at the end of the play. Holding against Holy Cross. So that'll push them back another 10 yards.
Simon, I've realized your trick of getting those yard markers. I'm going to count from the goal line forward to know where to go.
It would be disingenuous of me to say I'm not being helped out an awful lot by my binoculars.
Okay.
I brought those along, and they are really helping me see the yard markers on the far sideline. If I weren't able to do that, I would be lost.
Making the same mistakes I am.
So 1st down and 20 following the holding penalty. Wilson not gonna hand it off. Pass up the middle, almost picked off. A pass interference call perhaps here. That pass intended for Stephen Gillowitz. Flag came in at the end.
Yeah, he had a Centennial Charger draped over his shoulders. The ball was thrown as the Holy Cross receiver ran down the seam.
Flag on the play.
Looks like Nathan Height might have been the guilty party there. So will be a Centennial 1st down. Tough one there. Centennial had good coverage, had double coverage there to try and snuff that one out. Instead, it's going to be a Holy Cross 1st down with the penalty. 7:24 to go. First half of action from Saskatoon Minor Football Field. Simon Hyatt, Jack Nepchuk on the call with you tonight. Great when you can broadcast some championship football action, and we've had 2 good ones here tonight.
Yeah, Simon, we've been lucky to be experiencing such a well-played football game given the weather conditions that we have.
Zakash on the carry.
But
Crusaders.
I would say, as I did in the first half, that our facility here at SMF Field has made it possible for the type of football to be played. Back before the turf came in, it would have been as hard as a parking lot and no traction by either team, whereas tonight the turf allows for traction, for cutting to be made, and it's a lot safer and easier for the players once they fall on it.
Yeah, there's probably no real way to understand what it feels like falling on that kind of a surface unless you've actually played here. Nice little quick hit. Looks like a 1st down for Holy Cross, although there is a flag in the secondary.
Well, if you talk to any of the players, from say 10 years ago who played here in November, they will remember how hard it is and how difficult it is to cut. It's a facility we can really be proud of.
Offensive pass interference against the Holy Cross Crusaders. That'll back them up. So negate the pass and also set them up for a long 2nd down. Yeah, we talked a little bit about the fact that when I went to high school here in Saskatoon at Walter Murray, you were a teacher there, and we were pretty good at football at that time, so I never even got close to playing in a game for the Walter Murray Marauders because they were way too good for the likes of me. So I've never hit this turf hard. My brother Ben, he played here for Newtana Collegiate back in the grass turf days, and I remember his stories of what these kind of nights were like. Long second down for Holy Cross. Wilson looking deep. Another collision there in the secondary.
And no
ball
call
just a little
by
too
the,
long.
Yeah. No, Simon, you may not have been on the team, but I remember you were a great school spirit guy, and you had tons of friends who played on the football team, and you know what, it was a real privilege to coach the young men from back in the 1980s and early 90s at Walter Murray. Some great times.
With that incompletion, Holy Cross will come out to punt. Another low snap. This one blocked! On it. This is going to be a Centennial touchdown. Big play. Special teams Centennial Chargers.
It looked like 24. Harrison Wallace took blocked the punt. Let's watch the video replay. He picked it up.
Braden Robertson, I think, is the one who scored the touchdown. 34.
Not 24 like I thought.
Great play, though. Again, another low snap. This time, Centennial able to take advantage. Really wasn't a terrible
34,
snap now that I see it on the replay, but right in there, Braden Robertson, the big block punt and a touchdown for Centennial, and they've opened up a 2-touchdown lead.
Wow, this is a huge turn of events, Simon.
Is it ever?
What a great special teams effort there by, as you said, 34, Braden Robertson.
Low line drive, extra point attempt goes through, and now a 14-point Centennial Charger lead, looking for a potential upset against the Holy Cross Crusaders. A lot of football to be played in this one, but
no
Centennial
question.
Chargers playing with a ton of confidence right now.
No question, Centennial is really fired up and you know, worked hard to get the lead that they have. But Holy Cross, tradition is with them. They've been in this position, maybe not this year. You know, when you go through a season undefeated, you probably haven't faced a lot of adversity. But I know the coaching staff has lots of experience, and that when they go in at halftime, you know, they'll say the right things, and these players, I don't think, you know, are going to fold their tents by any stretch of the imagination.
So with the 14-point lead, Jablin on the kickoff, penalty flag flies, ball loose, covered up by Holy Cross, and then another flag will fly, possibly for a late hit there.
The first flag's going to be for offside on the kickoff.
So might be a couple of penalties here against Centennial.
Well, the first offside will be on Holy Cross on the
against
kickoff.
Holy Cross on
So
the
at
kickoff.
least one on Cross, and I'm not sure what the second one will be.
Officials will sort it out. Coach Hunseth out wanting an explanation from the Holy Cross sideline. Officials sorting it out.
So, offside Holy Cross. Rough play.
Just going to re-kick it. Well, this would be one of those times when it'd be great if we had our refs mic'd, but there we go.
Hey, let's go, Ramsey!
I'm sorry, Simon. For some reason, I was thinking Holy Cross was kicking off.
No,
so
that's
they were
all right.
offside.
Yeah.
So that's, I apologize.
No worries at all, Jack. We've got it sorted out. That was a confusing series of events. A couple of penalty flags fly on the kickoff. And now...
I think it's the heat in this press
oh, don't do
room,
it, Jack.
Simon.
The camera people will revolt. They're coming with their pitchforks. I can see them.
I need to take my sweater off. I'm embarrassed.
Milan Jablin, little trouble finding the spot as it was covered in snow, but he does gets off a nice kick here. following a couple of penalties on the initial attempt. Nice little return here for Holy Cross.
Tries to take it wide and get around the edge.
That'll set up Holy Cross. 5:19 to go, first half of action.
So let's see if they go back to Zakash and run the ball down the field, try and put a touchdown, a major on the scoreboard before the half finishes.
Clock running, 5:15 to go. First half of action. In the shotgun, Zakash now in motion behind him. Looks in that direction, instead going to throw it over the middle, just a little bit long. That one intended for Stephen Gilowitz.
And Gilowitz was open if they could have just got the ball to him. It was a nice run down the left seam.
So 2nd and 10 for Holy Cross, 5 minutes to go, first half of action. Wilson with Zakash behind him. Give to Zakash, he's going to head up the middle. He's got a little bit of an opening. He'll pick up about 8 yards on the carry, maybe 9.
Yeah.
Approaching
Good
Centennial
run right
territory.
up the middle.
That'll bring up 3rd and short.
I could be by the sun right now, and I'd stop.
The sun would be hotter than me.
Hoggies hustling up to the line. 3rd down gamble.
Pitch for Zakash. He's got the first down. Maneuvering for extra yards. He picks those up as well. Another nice run for Zakash.
Stephen Gilowitz making a nice block on the edge, allowing Zakash to run off the block, get the first down. Block
Cross
there.
now into Centennial territory. 43 to go, first half. Making the give to Zakash. Wilson up the middle. He's got a receiver. Nice little hitter here. That one's completed to Ethan Sherville. Another
Ethan
first down for Holy
Sherville,
Cross.
yes. You know, he took the ball, and it looked as though he headed right for the defensive corner instead of trying to just turn it upfield and run down the sideline. However, they got the first down, so that's the important thing.
About the 38-yard line of Centennial.
They're in the 5-receiver set, just with Zakash in the backfield. Pitch it to him.
Cash back towards the middle. Another big gain for him.
Tanner Zakash has that upright running style that JT Lamb had in the first game of the evening. You see, he's got to lower his hips to try and get his feet underneath him when he's cutting in that snow.
Cody into the game for Holy Cross. Done a nice job working the ball down the field here late in the second quarter, down by a pair of touchdowns. Cash again.
Flag, Simon.
Got flag down in the backfield. I think maybe another hold.
Typically, that's what is the result of seeing a flag.
Nice run for Zakash, but it will be negated on the Holy Cross penalty.
Holding.
Castle checks back in for the Crusaders. Now they're looking at a 2nd and about 12 situation here. On the Centennial 40. Doing in a lot of approximations with the yard lines tonight. Going to be a keeper here for Wilson. He looks for the first down. He stays in bounds. First down, Holy Cross. Nice little run here for Wilson.
It looked as though the defensive backs and linebackers of Centennial were completely fooled. They thought the play was going to their defensive right, and Wilson takes the ball to his left, or pardon me, right, the defensive left. Lots of room there for Wilson to run in.
So another first down for the Crusaders. Another handoff. Zakash again trying to find the space on the outside. Brought down. Someone had his foot wrapped up.
He tried to shake him loose, but just couldn't do it.
Wilson not a big rusher on the season. 7 carries for 60 yards, although he did have 3 touchdowns on the ground. This time it's Zakash keeping it. Bring up 2nd and about 5 yards for the Crusaders. Centennial 25. 1:40 to go, first half. Another give for Zakash. He's met immediately and brought down.
Number 44 for Centennial. Reese Cock making the tackle.
Big
Good
stop
push.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it. So that'll bring up 3rd and 5.
In a game like this, Simon, whichever lineman gets better leverage, their pads underneath the other is going to have an advantage.
Holy Cross leaves the offense on the field deep in Centennial territory. Centennial looking for another big stop. Little pass. Looks like Holy Cross got the first down. Nice little pass.
Yes, that was.
And completed to Holy Cross's Francesco Paul. Good job there under pressure in the 3rd and 5 situation. Good hands by Paul.
Yep, one of the inside receivers.
Clock continues to run. Just over a minute to go. First half of action. Holy Cross trying to make it a 1-score game. Wilson from the shotgun. Makes the give for Zakash. He's throwing it over the middle. Incomplete, intended once again for Paul. That'll bring up 2nd
Ball
and
was
10.
a little bit high. Difficult for him to catch, but good effort.
Yeah, just through the hands there. You said it. Just
You can see
a little
that
too tall.
That snow is starting to accumulate, Simon. A little snow drifts as they run through them.
47.5 seconds to go. Clock is stopped on the incomplete pass. Crusaders can get the first down. Outscoring. Pitch to Zakash. Looks to turn the corner, brought down at about the 7-yard line.
Good blocking by the offensive line, number 63, Cooper Tropo, leading the way for Zakash. He's the left tackle. See him there.
Gain of about 5. That'll bring up another 3rd down situation for Holy Cross. Able to convert their last 3rd down on that nice pass to Paul. Again, looks like they're going to lead the offense out there on the field. They want the major score, and again, tough conditions here to try and get a field goal.
Yeah, you're right, Simon. They probably thinking that by the time you snap the ball, it's placed on the ground, the kicker has to come up. He could slip. There's just too many things that can go wrong when you're going to try a kick.
The Cross is split kicking duties between Mitch Wagner and Carson Schrader. Wagner 4 for 3 on the season. He did hit a 50-yarder. Schrader was 1 for 4, that one being a 19-yard field goal. Cross
50-yard
for the
field
major
goal. That's
not bad.
For a high school kicker.
You'll take that.
Here we go.
But
Big
offense
play.
remains on the field. Cash in the backfield. Receivers in motion. Wilson gonna throw across the middle. He's got an open man. Touchdown. Holy Cross.
Stephen Gilowitz on the receiving end of that pass. Wide open as it crossed the middle. Little slant play.
Really nice play by Holy Cross. That'll bring them back within one touchdown.
Sorry, Simon. This is going to give Holy Cross a whole bunch of confidence as they go into the dressing room to warm up and think about what needs to be done in the second half. We've got a good football game going on.
Absolutely. Would expect nothing less in the 4A championship final. Extra point also good. So a 7-point game, 38.3 seconds to go here in the first half. Reminder, once again, the winner advances to the provincial final. 4A play, a bunch of finals being played across the province, of course. Got 2A, got 3A, got 9-man. There's all sorts of, it's a great time of year for football fans. Yeah, absolutely. 6-man's an awful lot of fun. I love watching 6-man football.
You know what?
Really wide open.
Great athletes play
Yeah.
6-man football because it's a lot of running, a lot of scoring. I had the good fortune to coach some 6-man football players with the Hilltops. I think of Chad Nunweiler from Etonia and Mike Sidoric from Hafford. Both played 6-man football.
Thomas with the kickoff. Turned by Centennial Zach Moeller. They'll have 31.5 seconds to work with here in the first half. Don't know if they're going to try and dial anything up here in the dying seconds, or maybe just content to take their 7-point lead into the locker room at the half.
Yeah, Coach Keeler may feel that being up by 7 might be, you know, a real good place to be instead of trying something wild and crazy. Mind you, in the first game we said that and you called a touchdown.
North Battleford proved us wrong. Looks like they're in the formation that tells you that we are headed for halftime at Saskatoon Minor Football Field.
Yep.
Great first half of action, Jack.
Oh, it's been great.
21-14 our score after 24 minutes of play. These teams will go and get warm, get out of the snow, but really entertaining. Some great special teams play, especially coming on that big blocked punt and touchdown for Centennial. Robertson coming up with that huge play.
And you know, a real nice crowd too, Simon, as I look across to the stands over there. There's lots of family and friends out supporting both teams tonight.
So that will do it for the first half as we get a look. No, those aren't snowmen. Those are fans over there covered in snow on the east side here at Saskatoon Minor Football Field at the Gordie House Sports Complex. Not an ideal night, but when you're watching championship football, it's always fun, especially when you've got a good one like this. 21-14 is our score at the half. Centennial Chargers lead the Holy Cross Crusaders. We're going to take a break. We'll have complete second half coverage coming your way in just a couple minutes. You're watching Championship High School Football on Shaw TV. looks like bare legs there for the kicker. Underway, second half of action. Yeah, man, that's some impressive commitment there from Centennial's Milan Jablan. Opening kickoff taken by Holy Cross's Ramsey Durbis. So they'll be out near midfield on another short kick as we are underway here in the third quarter of play in this championship final, 4A style at Saskatoon Minor Football Field at the Gordie House Sports Complex. Simon Hyatt, Jack Nepchuk with you. Thank you for joining us for some championship high school football. Centennial Chargers with the 21-14 lead coming out of the locker room to start the third quarter. Holy Cross with the ball. Wilson, empty backfield. Looks to the side, almost gets wrapped up. Pass over the middle. That one doesn't find its intended mark. Wilson just milliseconds away from getting hit hard there in the backfield. Pass a little off the mark.
Holy Cross trying to make that quick strike opening pass down the seam and get a little bit of momentum on their side. They are probably in an uncommon situation, being behind here at the start of the second half, but I expect them to play well here in the second half.
And not too many even close contests for Holy Cross this year. Cash is carry up the middle, nice gain. Their first playoff game played the last week was 26-15, the final in that one, pardon me, 26-14 as they downed St. Joe's. But looking at their other scores this season, they beat Marion Graham 30-9, or Aiden Bowman 41-1, Walter Murray 40-3, shut out St. Joe's 29-0, beat North Battleford 43-32, and then down Centennial, as we've mentioned a couple of times, 27-3 back on October 12th. Scored 65 against Bishop James Mahoney. Got 27, and then yeah, that playoff game last week is a bit of a test for the Holy Cross Crusaders, coming out on top over St. Joe's 26-14. And yeah, you're exactly right, Jack. A little bit weird for the Crusaders to find themselves trailing, although with that late touchdown they scored just the one major deficit at this point.
Yeah, they showed us a little bit of resilience to put a drive together late in the second quarter to score a touchdown. And I think we'll see more points as the game goes on. They pick up the first down here as we speak.
Wilson on the keeper. He dives forward, goes for a little bit of a ride on the snow. As Jack mentioned, gets the first down. Now into Centennial territory. See Wilson just diving over, and plenty of room to spare on that carry. Snow continues to fall here in Saskatoon. Might have picked up just a little bit. Looks like the snow is moving around a little bit more than it was earlier in the game. Little high snap there. Wilson going to pull it down and go for another run. Spins his way through. He's got a first down. Great little carry as that play looked like it might have been a disaster from the beginning on the high snap, and Wilson comes up with another Crusader first down.
Wilson showed some real good athleticism as he breaks a tackle, absorbs a hit but spins off it and gets about another 5 yards.
Now Holy Cross, if they can find the end zone on this drive, chance to tie the game. Cash gets the pitch from Wilson, spins his way through, gets brought down. Loss of maybe a yard on the carry.
Sorry, I hit a button here and I didn't hear it for a second time.
That's okay. I'm still here.
Yeah.
It's all right. That'll bring up second. 1 yard loss, about 11 to go.
Looks as though the Chargers are still firing on all 12 cylinders, playing good defense and making it difficult for Holy Cross to move the ball. So let's see what happens with the second and long.
From the Centennial 41, Wilson drops back, gives for Zakash. Zakash again met pretty quickly and wrapped up by Centennial. Reed O'Kranitz there on the tackle for the Chargers.
Yeah. You know what? The Centennial defensive line is keeping their pads low, getting into the offensive linemen, and you know, that gives them better leverage. You can't really block if you've got somebody underneath your pads. So Centennial playing good defensive line technique.
Out to punt on third down. James Thomas, he had the punt blocked in the first half, led to the touchdown. Now this punt just sails well out of bounds and will end up being pretty decent field position for the Centennial Chargers.
Yeah, it looks as though about the 30-yard line, Centennial's going to take over.
You're absolutely correct. Continue to try and spot these yard markers. Good job by the crew here at Saskatoon Minor Football Field with the shovels out there at half. Oh, actually going to be set at about the 28, it looks like, of Centennial as they begin their drive. Prefontaine, the handoff. Coghill a little bit of an opening. He spins his way through.
Takes the ball off tackle on the right-hand side. Some good blocking. Gains enough for a first down.
Coghill, a really nice first half of action for the Centennial Chargers. Coming off of a great season for Centennial. Rushed for 856 yards, averaging 8.3 yards a carry. Scored 5 touchdowns on the ground in the regular season. Get it once again from Prefontaine. This time looks like it'll be a gain of about 4 before he's wrapped up.
Nice little jump cut there by Coghill. Difficult to do with the conditions as they are, but stops suddenly. Breaks to his left. You see that? Good
Bring
run.
up 2nd and 6. Still a lone man in the backfield, 4 receivers. Another give for Coghill. He's going to go over to the left side. He'll be wrapped up there, met by a pair of Crusaders.
Broke a couple of tackles as he went around the edge.
They met by Terrell Brightly and Jake Neufeld. Good job to add a little bit of there at the end, but it will come up just about a yard shy of the first down. 49-yard line of Centennial. And as has been the case throughout the night on third down, going for it. The give, Coghill on the outside. He's got the first down and much more. Knocked out of bounds in front of the Holy Cross bench. Yeah, a couple flags on the play.
But that'll be after yardage gained, I'm sure. So the Chargers should have a first down.
Officials will sort it out. The cross bench gesturing that this is against Centennial, which is what we are expecting.
Yeah.
Teams out there, stripes. After the first down was gained.
Oh, you called it, Jack, after the play. Penalty against Centennial.
So they moved the ball back to, it looks like the original line of scrimmage, but because it occurred after the first down, they get 3 more downs.
Fontaine drops back. Had a receiver pass just a little bit off the mark. That one intended for Riley Brom.
Again, that's a long pass for Prefontaine. As I pointed out in the first half, he's got the ball on the left hash mark and he's throwing outside the right hash mark. And in a game like tonight with the weather conditions, I think he's had more success when he's kept it in a shorter range.
Coverage as well by Ethan Bowes of the Crusaders. So 2nd and 10. So far here in the third quarter, still a 7-point advantage for the Centennial Chargers. Fontaine again from shotgun, drops back again, looks over the middle. He's got a man, first down.
Straight down the seam.
That one completed to Zach Moeller once again. The gain for Centennial. That'll give them the ball. The Holy Cross 45.
Yeah, pardon me, The pass was a slant across the middle, not down the seam. It just was in the middle of the his throwing lanes. A little bit easier pass for a quarterback.
Sure. Fontaine under center. Motion there. Play is going to be blown dead. Looked like Centennial may have jumped, although I'm not positive.
Well, you're probably right, Simon.
Flags on the play.
That one blown dead immediately, and we'll do some Centennial backing up. I'll start. That'll back him up. Bring up 1st and 15.
Centennial.
The Holy Cross 50.
Centennial using up a lot of time here. We're already almost at the midpoint of the third quarter. Holy Cross has to get a turnover, force a punt.
Again, 12-minute quarters. This game dropping back to pass. Prefontaine just a little bit high on that one. Stopping to try and catch the pass was Centennial's Zach Moeller, just a little bit too high.
Yep, Prefontaine looks like he's got a strong enough arm to get it, but given the conditions, as you said, the snow starting to swirl a bit, that'll have an effect on the ball.
Morel brightly there in the coverage for the Crusaders. Up 2nd and 15, 5:50 to go, third quarter. Give. Gain of about 7. Nice again. After that initial contact, doing a great job of forcing the issue and picking up extra yards is Thomas Coghill.
He looks a lot like Jordan Tabin from the Tommy Douglas Tigers. You know, smaller in stature, but very athletic.
Keeps
his
on
feet
moving.
going. Yeah. Sometimes the smaller guys are harder to tackle.
Yeah, that's right. Think of a Barry Sanders, for example.
Exactly.
So now 3rd and 7 for Centennial. Fontaine remains out there with his offense. He'll drop back to pass. Lets it go. Looked like that one was maybe intended for Dylan Hines, but just a little bit too long, and we'll turn it over to Holy Cross.
Well, here we are, 4 minutes and 57 seconds. And Holy Cross, I think it's just touching the ball for their second time this quarter. So
nothing else. Centennial doing a good job of chewing up the clock a little bit with that touchdown lead. Holy Cross will take over their own 42-yard line. With the cash behind him. Drop back, going deep. He's got a man just a little bit off the mark, as that one was intended for Stephen Gillowitz.
Now, Matthew Wilson, as you said, he had 876 yards passing during the season, passed for 9 touchdowns. So he's certainly a quality high school quarterback. He can get that ball down the field.
See, Gillowitz had beat his man, but just a little bit too much on that pass. 2nd and 10. 4:17 to go, third quarter of action. Wilson going to keep it, doesn't have any room to run. He's going to be brought down for a loss.
That brings up 3rd down, Simon.
And a long 3rd down.
Yes.
Looks like Holy Cross will punt this time. Wilson kind of tapping his chest as he came off, saying that was my bad. You can see him scrambling there a little bit and just gets wrapped up there on the initial hit. Braden Robertson, of course, had the big block punt in the first half. Another low snap, more trouble on the punt for Holy Cross. One way or another, Centennial's taking it over. And they're in great field position.
Absolutely, Simon. the Chargers are playing with a whole bunch of intensity and enthusiasm right now, and if they can convert this turnover, well, as you said, they're getting the ball. They're, what is it, the 30-yard line. This is going to really give them a boost.
Yeah, you could see that ball just never really got to James Thomas, the Holy Cross punter. He had his hands on it, but could just never really control it. First play for Centennial. Some good defense here from Holy Cross.
They're fired up now. They didn't allow him to gain any yards. They're going to have a good series here, the Holy Cross defense. They hope to withstand this turnover and give up no points.
Coghill met in the backfield. First guy there was Dalen Hartz. Loss of 3 on the play, bring up 2nd and 13. Fontaine going over the middle. Got a guy there, but again, these passes that were fairly crisp in the first half. These quarterbacks now maybe struggling a little bit with the feel on the ball, as we've seen a few passes here in the last few minutes that have been well off target.
Well, it's hard to tell from up here what is happening to the balls, whether they're starting to get a little bit wet, perhaps. You know, I'm not sure how cold it is or if that's affecting the footballs themselves, but as you say, they're not as effective as they appeared in the first half.
-9 was the temperature I saw at halftime, so it has dropped a little bit here in Saskatoon. Again, not really windy. Centennial Chargers going to take a timeout and talk things over as they're looking at a 3rd down and 13 situation.
Wow, wouldn't this be a turn of events going into the 4th quarter with Holy Cross down?
Centennial not punting a whole lot in this game, electing to go for it on 3rd down for much of the game, not sending in Milan Jablan. Bare-legged kicker punted away. Prefontaine back out there, although as I say that, Prefontaine has actually punted a couple of times this season. Those all-around athletes kind of do it all.
Well, it's not been uncommon over the years for a soccer player to be also on the football team. So.
Prefontaine from the shotgun, 3rd and 13, pressure from Holy Cross. Prefontaine rolls out to his right, looks down the field. He's got a man, he's got a 1st down. Great play.
There's a flag on the play, though.
Oh.
So we'll have to see what the call is.
Looked like a great play by Prefontaine, rolling out to his right, getting out of that pressure.
Yeah, it was a great play.
Perhaps that was created by a hold. Is against Centennial. That'll back them up, making an even longer 3rd down.
My goodness, it's going to be difficult to make up that. Now, it looks like they're sending on the punting team.
Guided at 3rd and 18, maybe just a little bit too much to ask of your offense. So now we will see the aforementioned Milan Jablan head out on the field to punt it away. Jablan on the season, average about 32 yards a punt, longest of the season, 59 yards, punting 22 times. Scrimmage about the 40-yard line of Holy Cross. Jablan gets it away, a nice high punt. One isn't blown dead by the officials. Will be picked up by Holy Cross, and then a gain of a couple of yards.
Looks like a flag on the play, likely
no yards.
No yards.
Yeah.
Milan Jablan, that does sound like a good soccer name.
It does, yeah,
it?
you're right. We don't see the barefooted kickers in the NFL anymore. I feel like that was a real trend when I was growing up. You know, in the 80s, you'd see guys come out and kick barefoot. I like seeing at least the bare legs from Jablan.
Yeah, yeah. I think the last barefooted kicker I recall was kicker for the Denver Broncos.
Could
I
be.
can't remember his name, Jason Elam or... But yeah, there was a trend there through the 80s that barefooted kickers. But, and in fact, I remember when I was coaching at Walter Murray, we had a barefooted kicker.
That always just seemed, if nothing else, extremely painful. The Holy Cross will take over following the punt. They won't gain a whole lot on their first play from scrimmage, however.
No.
Wrapped up in the backfield.
I see a Centennial Charger is down on the ground there. Number 49.
Spot there down for Centennial. Luke Dietrich pounds the ground in some obvious pain and frustration. Check it, it's 48, I believe, for Centennial. Want to make sure we get it right, which is Cason McConnell. The cart out onto the field. His teammates gather around him. Trainer will attend to him. See there on the replay, McConnell in obvious pain following that play.
Could you tell if someone fell on him or?
I just saw it at the end. We'll see if we can get another look at the replay.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think this game has been basically injury-free up till this point.
Connell will receive a helping hand from Wade Keating. Another look at it here. Right there in the middle, number 48. Tough to really see anything there. I mean, he got a bit of a shove, but comes up holding his knee.
Do you see he has a knee brace?
Oh, yeah,
on
you're
that
absolutely
knee,
right. You can
and
see that.
I don't think he was hit by anybody. It was...
Might have just
he
kind of
felt
given
it
way.
Get, twisted or something as he was attempting to make a play. Let's hope he's all right.
Cason McConnell moved from the field on the cart. He'll be attended to. Imagine he'll be making his way over to the locker room. Back to game action, 2nd and 11 for Holy Cross. They trail by 7 late in the 3rd quarter. Big pass, Wilson just a little bit too high on that pass. Like that was intended for Francesco Paul.
Good protection provided by Holy Cross's offensive line. Nice ball.
Yeah, you can see without Wilson's got a really good arm. Just a little bit off the mark. Centennial there in coverage as well. Now that'll bring up 3rd and 11, and once again, Holy Cross forced to punt, and what an adventure this situation has been for the Crusaders tonight.
2 turnovers for this team.
Good snap this time. Again, though, Centennial brought the pressure. Not a super long punt, but then it's going off of the Centennial player, and it's Holy Cross coming away with it. What a turn of events is Dylan Heinz unable to corral that one. Looked like it just went off his shoulder pad.
Actually,
Holy Cross comes away with the ball.
I thought it went off his helmet. Let's see.
Another look at it here. Yeah, you're right. He just maybe slipped a little bit, ran in too far, and Holy Cross right there on the ball for the Crusaders, Ramsey Durbis. So a huge turnaround there for Holy Cross, and it looked like they just kind of picked up 20 yards.
Simon, I'm looking at the time. Less than a minute left in the 3rd quarter. That's the surge that Holy Cross needed. Opportunity to take advantage now.
Wilson drops back to pass. He looks across the middle. He's got a man. That one's completed. Big gain for the 1st down, completed to Zach Tunney.
Well, championship teams are known to take advantage of the opportunities that come their way. Let's see what this will do for the Crusaders. First play, they've gotten a 1st down and moving the ball.
About the 31 of Centennial now, looking to tie this one up. Cash in the backfield. Wilson will give it to him up the middle. Not much there.
No, it looks as though the Centennial defense have figured out Tanner Zakash in this half. He's not been near as successful as he was in the first half of the game.
Loss there. Heck, it looks like, I guess now they've spotted they're going to go as a small gain, so we'll bring up about 2nd and 9.
This should be the last play of the quarter.
Barring a defensive penalty. Wilson going to drop back after faking the give. Another pass across the middle, another completion. Another big game for Holy Cross, and they're going to be in great field position to start the fourth quarter, looking to tie this game up. Great pass there and an even better run by Zach Tunney.
The Centennial defensive backs have to do a better job of wrapping up and making the tackle. He made almost 10 yards after being hit by 3 and 4, possibly that many Centennial defenders.
12 minutes to go in this one. Holy Cross with a really good chance to tie the game up. Teams will head down in the other direction. Again, not a lot of wind. What breeze there is would appear to now be blowing in the face of Holy Cross. Can see the flags at the top of the goalpost just kind of bouncing around lightly more than anything. So one saving grace on a blustery night, but not a strong wind. Underway, fourth quarter of play. Wilson with his team knocking on the door across the middle, had a man, just a little bit too much on that pass for Gillowitz.
Yes, I think he was excited. He saw that he was open and tried to force the ball in and threw it a little too hard over his head.
Up 2nd and goal for Holy Cross as we get another look for it. Yeah, Gillowitz had beat his man crossing across the middle. So 2nd and goal for the Crusaders. Cash deep in the backfield. He'll get the pitch. Looks for the opening on the left side. Trying to get to the corner. Does he get into the end zone? Officials get together. Looks like they're going to spot him out just outside the end zone. No, now they say touchdown. Touchdown, Holy Cross.
The pylon cam came through for them.
I didn't know they had access to that. Oh, that's awesome. Touchdown, Holy Cross. Officials get together, try to get it right. Look to me like did just get the corner there. We'll get another look at it here. Gets the pylon. Touchdown.
On the inside of the pylon, I guess the referees have been watching some NFL football and
another good look at it here. Yeah, I like that call. It looks like a touchdown. Great camera work by our very chilly team. And we've got a tie game, 21-21, 11 minutes, 17 seconds to go in this one.
Wow, what a great game we've had.
Yeah, what would you expect anything else from this Holy Cross Crusaders team? They found themselves down a couple of touchdowns and just came charging back and took advantage of a couple of Centennial mistakes. Again, special teams kind of have been the story tonight. Punts especially. We had a couple of turnovers by Holy Cross. They had the one blocked punt for a touchdown. Then they had the one bad snap that the punter was never able to really get a handle on. And then it was Centennial with Holy Cross punting. They turn it over, goes off the helmet, sets up Holy Cross with good field position. They march it down, punch it in, and we're tied at 21.
A great summary of what's happened to end up where we are right now.
Low bouncing kick from Thomas. Centennial will take over.
I just want to mention that there was that penalty that Centennial received when they had gotten the first down inside the 20 of Holy Cross.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that drove them back, and they had to turn, ball over by punting. So, yeah, you've got to play error-free football.
So Centennial will take over at the 45-yard line. Fontaine with the give. Coghill bouncing out to
Breaks
the
it
outside.
out.
He's got room to run. First down. Can he shake that tackle? He does. Now cutting back towards the inside, brought down in Holy Cross territory. Another great run for Coghill.
Absolutely. He used his hands here to fend off the Holy Cross defenders, straight arming them. Reminiscent of old Walter Payton.
Sure, a
Yeah.
little sweetness
Look
there,
at that.
absolutely.
Pushing them down.
Huge game for Coghill there on the tackle for
That was a
Holy
great
Cross.
run.
Carson Schrader, but now it's Centennial in great field position.
Just
They
what
saw-
the doctor ordered.
Yeah, absolutely. As they saw their lead evaporate, Coghill again trying to bounce out to the left. Brought down in the backfield, loss of about 5. Good defense there from Holy Cross.
What a great game this has been. The action has ebbed and flowed back and forth, and every player out there is playing 100%, Simon.
In on the tackle there, Bobby Goodmanson dropping Coghill in the backfield. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun tonight, Jack. Had a good game in the first game of our doubleheader. Great game here in the second for the 4A championship. 2nd and 15 for Centennial. Bit of a low snap. Prefontaine recovers it. Has a man. Nice pass. Big hit there, but it's going to be a first down as that one's completed to Riley Braun.
What a great catch. Again, he had to reach his arms up across his body.
Perfect pass from Prefontaine.
Prefontaine did a nice job of looking left and freezing the defenders, then coming back across and throwing to his right. These young football players are well coached.
Centennial set up at about the 13. Give to Coghill, again met in the backfield, not much there. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Bobby Goodmanson filled the hole, put the tackle on Coghill.
Neufeld, the second man there.
Brings up 2nd down. Big play.
About 8 yards till the first down, about 10 yards to go to the end zone. Prefontaine looking end zone. He's got a man. Touchdown, Centennial! What a pass. Beautiful. Right into the hands.
Timing.
Dylan
Perfect
Hines.
timing. So Centennial answers the bell.
Yeah, geez. Great pass here from Prefontaine. Hines. Lots of room to work with. No mistake in the end zone. So back to the 6-point Centennial lead. This game becoming a little bit of a shootout, back and forth affair. You talk about the ebbs and flows in this one. Centennial has led the vast majority of this game. Holy Cross has never led. Did just tie it a couple of minutes ago, but now it's a 7-point Centennial advantage. 8:32 to go in this championship final. Winner advancing to next weekend's provincial title game. I want to make mention, saw this news release come across my desk during the day job there at Shaw. A nice partnership between the Royal Canadian Legion and Saskatchewan High School Athletic Association. Of course, next weekend when Remembrance Day happens to fall, so recognizing the importance and significance of the Remembrance Day as a time to honor the veterans. SSSAA playoff schedules are not beginning until 1 p.m. on November 11th, which I think is a great move, certainly by the SHSAA, as November 11th, a very important day here in Canada. Of course, we'll have Remembrance Day coverage live here on Shaw TV. Invite you to tune in for that before you head on out and take in some provincial high school action, possibly.
Yeah, what a great job by SHSAA to recognize the contribution of the veterans to the way of life that we have here in Canada. So hats off to them.
So another Centennial kickoff and another ball that's loose. More special teams wackiness. This time Holy Cross unable to catch it cleanly. It was Terrell Brightly, so he just falls on it.
But you got to think, Simon, how many times can you make mistakes and end out, or end up on the winning side of a score? So
Yeah.
Holy Cross, that has to be their last mistake. They've got to score on this possession, make it a ball game.
Brightly fell on the ball around 30-yard line of Centennial. At least that's what I believe. As this field becomes more and more snow-covered. Pitch out for Zakash. Not much room there. Might have gained a couple.
Defensive line strung it out to the sideline, and he ran a long ways, but only picked up, what, 2 or 3 yards. So
it's like about 3, 2nd and 7.
Matthew McLean on the stop, lead 2.
Yeah, we talk about those mistakes. I mean, certainly understandable somewhat in these conditions. Cold hands, probably a slippery football. Both teams have had significant errors in this one. Wilson got a man a little bit too long there.
you're absolutely right, Simon. I don't think the listeners to this broadcast should feel we're being negative with the players and disrespecting the effort they're putting in. It's amazing that they've played as well as they have in the conditions, but all that being said,
got to step up in big games and in big situations.
That's how championships are won, right?
Absolutely.
You know, you have to play as error-free as you possibly can.
Another punt following that incomplete pass to James Owens. Another bit of a low snap. Holy Cross able to get this one away, but not getting much on it. And again, we'll have that situation where the officials are just going to blow it dead.
Oh, Centennial comes onto the field now with excellent field position. But I think they're on the 40-yard line of Holy Cross. So again, a bad snap has, caused some problems.
Centennial takes over, as Jack mentioned, on the Holy Cross 40-yard line. They've got the 7-point lead. Chance to possibly add to it. Fontaine, Coghill behind him. Will be Coghill looking to turn up the middle. He lost the ball. Still loose. Looked like Coghill had it momentarily. Holy Cross football. Well, we talk about the big mistakes in a big game, and there's another one. The man who's gotten it done all night long for them, Coghill, coughing it up.
Yes. Wow, this cold weather, slippery ball, all these things are adding up to these sorts of things happening.
Joe Marion was the one that caused the fumble. Got his helmet on the ball there. It pops loose. Coghill had it momentarily, but it's Holy Cross that comes away. Chance to try and tie this one up. 6.5 minutes to go in this championship final. Wilson drops back, looks over to his right. Quick hit there.
Good catch.
Yeah, short gain for Gillowitz. About 2nd and 5, it looks like. All around the 40-yard line of Holy Cross. James Owens back into the game for the Crusaders.
Game 5, 2nd and 5.
Wilson from the shotgun. Again, looking over to his left, now goes across the middle. Is that picked off? It is. Great interception by Centennial Spencer Orvold, reading that one and pulling it in.
Who would have guessed that things would have turned out the way they are here in this last second half of the football game?
Oh man. Teams just trading mistakes back and forth, and we talk about the conditions. Great read there by Spencer Orville, getting in there and just ripping it away. Talk about the conditions, the wind, the snow, the cold, certainly the pressure probably these teams are feeling as well at this point.
You're absolutely right. You know, no one wants to be the person that makes that mistake, and you hate to say it, but maybe is, you know, had the finger pointed at them, and they're said to be responsible.
Ogle, who coughed it up last time for Centennial, he carries on their first play of this possession following the turnover, dropped for a loss of about 1. Centennial with the ball. Holy Cross 46, leading by a touchdown. Prefontaine looks right, then throws left. He's got a man. Oh, just in and out of the hands, and another mistake. Will this one come back to haunt the Centennial Chargers? That one's in and out of the hands of Zach Krysak.
Simon, I think you said it, in and out of the hands. I'm not sure if we watch here that he watched the ball all the way into the hands.
He had his man beat. He might have been thinking end zone and just never brought the pass in. So that'll bring up 3rd down.
He pounds the ground in frustration.
Jablin out to punt. 4:20 to go. High snap, not a high one, but a bit of an arcing snap. Fielding it on the bounce. Holy Cross now leaping forward for a few extra yards. So the Crusaders start this possession around their own 25-yard line. Pardon me, maybe around their 30.
You know, Simon, it's almost what you'd call crunch time right now.
Yeah.
Holy Cross is going to have to go the length of the field now, score a touchdown, because they might not have time if they have to punt the ball away.
They'll have to do a better job of minimizing mistakes here in crunch time. High snap, just as I say it. Will this be another turnover? No, good job by Wilson to get back there and fall on it, but a big loss for the Holy Cross Crusaders.
Wow, what do you say? We've been talking about this the whole second half here, about mistakes have been hurting both teams, and this might be the biggest error right now.
Snap from Ryan Mamer once again high. Huge loss. Bring up 2nd and 25. Holy Cross pinned deep. Their comeback efforts all the more difficult. Wilson looking deep. He's got a man. Look at this. And a catch. And you hold your breath on these plays now. Gillowitz, a good job to watch that one all the way into his hands. 1st down. No problem for Holy Cross. 2nd and 25. No worries.
These young guys are resilient. Good for them.
Great ball there from Matthew Wilson, finds Gillowitz. So now Holy Cross.
We are truly being entertained tonight,
absolutely. 42-yard line. Following that great pass from Wilson. The Cash now with the keep up the middle. He's going to be stopped, lost a yard or 2.
Centennial's defense comes up big when they need to, creating a 2nd and long.
2:41 to go in this one. Holy Cross needs to get something going, try and tie this one up. Tight back and forth affair. Holy Cross has never led. Wilson looks to his right, deep ball. A lot of contact down there, and we will get a flag thrown, as it looks like we'll get a pass interference call against Centennial's Nathan Height.
Now, in amateur football, high school football, it's not a spot penalty,
Right.
which means where the interference occurred. The most that they will give is 15 yards, but it is close to that length.
Let's go as pass
Pass
interference.
interference.
So first down for Holy Cross. This will put them around midfield.
Yeah. With 2:23 left, that's the opportunity they needed.
Pass interference charge against Centennial. Ball in midfield.
Holy Cross down 7. Trying to keep their perfect season going. Sprinting over to the left side.
Flag down.
Pass over the middle, doesn't find the intended target, Francesco Paul. Just before that play got going, Andy Hassel sprinting from right side of the field over to the left.
Complete on the play. Flag on the play.
Maybe some sort of procedure call.
That's what it is, yeah.
That'll push Holy Cross back a few yards.
I think they've refused the penalty
yes.
assignment to make it a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good call. You're on it, Jack. That will bring up
If you
second
push them
and 10.
back, it gives them one more chance.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. No, I like the decision.
Call. Yeah.
Take that down away. No, Holy Cross is in 3-down territory here.
That's right.
Wilson,
Draw play.
little hands of cash. Pick up a couple on the play, so that'll bring up maybe a 3rd and 8.
Jordan Levesque on the tackle. Did a nice job of limiting the yardage gains. Let's see what happens. You know,
This
if
could
you're
be the
gonna,
ball game.
well, if you're going to do a fake punt, it's got to happen now, Simon,
Yeah.
because we're down 2-10, 2-9, 2-8.
I have the feeling Centennial wouldn't be buying on any sort of fake punt here. You
No.
never know, though. I mean, you think you could
No.
pin him deep, but no, they're just playing the
They're-
straight-up offense here.
Exactly.
Wilson, under center. Pitch out to Zakash.
Pass.
Zakash is going to throw it. He's looking down the field. Ball up in the air. I believe it's Centennial coming down with it. It is over to Centennial. Great defense there. Man, oh man, that was a funny-looking play. I don't think...
Yeah, the halfback pass.
Yeah, exactly. It was Zakash ending up throwing it down the field. We'll get another look at it here. I don't think the intended receiver was Gillowitz. I think it was actually the guy who was behind him there. Gillowitz came in and got a hand on it, but it's Centennial coming away with it. And now they might be able to wrap this one up, although Holy Cross still with timeouts to work with.
Yeah. 2 timeouts. If Centennial can get 2 first downs here, I think that's the ball game.
Prefontaine, hand off for Coggill. Coggill, big
Flags.
run. That might be the first down. Flag down in the backfield. Looks like maybe a hold, so
Yeah.
it's probably coming back. 2 flags down on the play.
Going
We'll
against
back it up,
Centennial.
yeah. And another nice Coggill run be negated.
I wonder how many yards have been taken away by penalty flag, Simon.
Yeah, no doubt.
Quite a few.
Of course, the old argument is that, well, he wouldn't have had that big run if it weren't for the holding penalty.
Well,
You never
exactly.
know, I
Yeah.
guess, exactly. What we do know is it's 2nd and 20 now for Centennial as they look to try and run out this clock. With that big penalty, Holy Cross might get their hands on this football yet, and Coggill met in the backfield.
Oh.
However, he escapes the tackle. Does pick up a few. I thought he was going to be dropped for a big loss, but man, Coggill,
So did I,
good
yes.
job all night long breaking those initial tackles.
Keeping his feet going. Here we have, what is it, 2nd down?
Yeah, 2nd down repeated on that last on the penalty, so still a long ways to go for the first down. Looks like about 2nd and 16 for Centennial. Officials having a bit of a discussion now. Holy Cross taking a timeout, trying to conserve as much clock as they possibly can. What a victory this would be for Centennial if they're able to pull it off.
You're right. And bittersweet memories for every member of the Holy Cross team to go through a season undefeated and come up short in the city championship.
So coming out of the Holy Cross timeout, Prefontaine back onto the field. Centennial Chargers looking at a 2nd and 16 situation. They'll probably still keep it on the ground. No, he's going to drop back and pass deep. Got a man, little bit of contact there, but looked like good defense from Holy Cross, and that'll bring up 3rd and 16. At all surprised, Jack, that Centennial wasn't running there?
Well, not really. You know, if Holy Cross wants to get the ball back, they've got to be prepared for anything. And I don't know. Centennial could have taken the safe way, run it, you know, and then punt. So I guess we'll see at the end of the game whether it turned out to be the play or not.
Now they will be punting. Pretty good punt for the conditions that we've seen tonight. Another ball loose on the ground on a punt. Again, Holy Cross able to fall on it as Evan Crow comes up with it.
Sometimes, Simon, you ask me that question and I'm thinking about something else, so not a very good response to that last question.
Fine.
I'm sitting up here thinking about all the different possibilities and what could be going through the coach's mind, so it's easy to second guess, I suppose.
Absolutely it is. From the warm, cozy confines of the press box, kudos to our entire crew. Braving the cold temperatures tonight, bringing you this great coverage. What has been an outstanding football game, although somewhat error-filled, understandable given these conditions, and highly entertaining. Holy Cross, perhaps their last chance to tie this one up. Wilson drops back to pass. He's got a man open, wide open, beat the coverage there. Tanner Zakash coming down with it. He's done it all on the ground, this time through the air.
And he takes the ball out of bounds, which stops the clock. And Holy Cross has one timeout left, so they're not done yet.
Into Centennial territory, about the 50-yard line of the Chargers. Bit of confusion here for the Crusaders. They've got it figured out. First down, 1:15 to go. Wilson underneath. Again looking to the air. Again, he's got a man. Nice catch. Thought that one might slip through the fingers, but coming down with it for Holy Cross, Ethan Sherville. However, the clock will run.
Spencer Rovold hanging on for dear life not to let the Crusader down the field.
A little bit slow to get back up to his feet. Always an interesting situation here late in games when you have an injury and you start to wonder about the gamesmanship there with stopping the clock at all, or Sherville will come out of the game. Now the officials will wind the clock. 1:05 to go. Wilson under center. The handoff up the middle. Good opening there for Zakash, a big gain. First down, Holy Cross, under a minute to go. And now a flag. What will this be? Whatever it is, it could be very well huge. Came well after the play was over. Holy Cross being marched back. What a huge turn of events there. Did you see what the call was, Jack?
You know, I was trying to interpret it. I saw a hand being forced down, which indicates unnecessary roughness. But
see, Stephen Gillowitz was the one who was protesting, which often makes you think that's the guy who was called for it. But whatever the situation, Holy Cross pushed well back.
Now under a minute left.
Baines first down. Wilson again to the air. Going to the sideline. That one off the mark, intended for Sakash. Now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, 48 seconds.
Centennial 40-yard line. Yeah, going back to the penalty, you said it, that flag came in very late, so one of the, again, possibly another big Holy Cross mistake here. They need the end zone. Wilson.
Draw play.
Give, here's Zakash brought down. So that'll bring up 3rd down, 43.6 seconds to go.
Rodeem Brown making the big tackle again.
Absolutely.
He's had a very good game tonight for the Chargers. Led a lot of tackles from that Centennial defensive line.
That'll bring up 3rd. Looks like about 9 yards to go for the 1st down.
Well, Holy Cross has called a timeout, and their whole season depends on this play now.
About the 41-yard line of the Centennial Chargers. Holy Cross has come up with some huge plays in this game. They've also made some huge mistakes. Perfect on the regular season at 7-0. Trying to advance to the provincial final. What a heartbreak it would be for them if they're not able to find the end zone. Victory it would be for the Centennial Chargers. Wilson back out to the field. Coming out of that timeout. Ash in the backfield, along with Zach Tunney. Wilson drops back. Got a man across the middle. Good job to hang on to that one. Coming down with it. Completed to Ethan Sherville. Big gain for Holy Cross. Now they're knocking on the door. Chance to tie it up.
Wow, did you see him bobble the,
I did.
The football as it was thrown to him? Here we go. Clock
Holy
is
Cross,
running.
Yeah. Under 33 to go. Wilson under center. The give. Stopped at the line. Big play by Centennial. Zakash brought down.
Holy Cross has no timeouts left. They may have 2 plays. They're going to have to go to the end zone, I think, Simon, on one of them.
Clock running. Now at 20 seconds. Wilson under center. Does look towards the end zone. High arcing pass, just a little bit too long. Little contact there, but looked like good coverage as Zach Tunney couldn't track down the ball. So 14.1 seconds to go. 3rd down, Holy Cross.
Well, we couldn't have had a more exciting game than this. So congratulations to both teams, regardless of the outcome.
See a little bit of a battle there between Tunney and the Centennial defender.
Here we go, Simon.
Might be the last offensive play for Holy Cross. Can they find the end zone? Wilson drops back, looks to his right, got a man, completed, touchdown, Holy Cross!
Oh, what a game.
What more could you ask for? Ethan Sherville.
What a great pass and catch.
Yet another look at it here, and now an extra point will tie this one up with 7 seconds to go.
Yes, this is not over yet. I'm not sure what the tie-breaking criteria is in high school football.
I have the feeling we might be about to find out. Of course, nothing guaranteed here on the special teams play for Holy Cross, but they came through when it mattered most as James Thomas knocks it through, and we're tied up at 28.
Wow.
Woo! This is fun. So now Holy Cross will kick off.
Holy Cross Crusaders, 28.
Yeah, I can't even speculate. If it's like CFL, they get, each team gets a try from their own 35 to go in and score, but I don't know if that's the case. It's sudden death.
See if we can get some clarification. I have to admit that poor prep job on my part by the play-by-play guy. I didn't inquire as to what the overtime rules are here in this championship game.
Have you done a play-by-play that's ended in a tie before?
You know, I don't know that I have. I haven't
There
called
you go.
football in a long time. Called a lot of basketball in overtime, but those are a lot more straightforward. Kickoff here along the ground. Centennial will look for a big return as it looks like the clock is going to expire and we are headed to some manner of overtime.
Yes.
28-28, the score after regulation.
My
What
goodness.
a game. Holy Cross does not want this season to end. They're looking for perfection. And with that last second touchdown catch by Ethan Shervell,
Each team will get possession from the respective 35-yard line.
as you speculated, you just heard Kelly Bowers announcing over the loudspeaker, each team getting a possession from the 35-yard line.
So the kicking game becomes very important in a situation like this. If you get close enough, you may try to kick the ball through the end zone to get the single point.
Sure.
Or the rouge that they call it in Canadian football. If you asked an American what a rouge was, they would have no idea.
Not some sort of makeup or something. I can make those jokes because I have American citizenship and relatives. So
Oh, okay.
I can mock the Americans. They can't get too upset. So the team's out.
Let's make sure that the Donald doesn't hear you, though.
I hope they can't do any sort of revocation. I've got all my papers are in order, I swear.
Okay.
So it looks like there will be another coin flip here to determine who gets the ball first and who gets which side of the field.
There would be an advantage to know what the other team has done.
Yeah.
You know, if the other team does not score a point, then you could just kick it through the end zone. If the other team gets a field goal, well, you know you've got to go for the touchdown. So there is an advantage, I think, to going second in this situation.
I don't know that there's necessarily an advantage in terms of side of the field. This wind is slightly blowing screen left to screen right, which would be from the north to the south part of the stadium. So perhaps you would want that at your back, especially as you look to perhaps kick a ball through the end zone, as you mentioned, Jack.
Well, I think in CFL games, the teams will go from their respective ends that they were heading to when the game finished, but I don't know if that'll happen here or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you see them signaling to an end of the field. Maybe that is a consideration.
28-28, 48 minutes of football, not enough to decide this 4A championship. We are headed to overtime. Both teams from the 35-yard line. Looks to me like the Centennial defense is heading out first. Holy Cross with the first possession here in the overtime period. And Wilson back out there. Outstanding game for him. Last second touchdown pass to Ethan Shervell to force this overtime period. Cash, also an outstanding game for the Holy Cross Crusaders. Out of their backfield.
Yeah, he's put the team on his shoulders throughout the night, especially in the first half.
So Wilson underneath, Cash behind him. Time underway in this championship final. Faking the give, now looking deep. No one there except for a Centennial defender just through the hands of the Centennial defensive back. That was Carter Stadnick, who had it in his mitts momentarily. That could have been a big play there, as it would have given Centennial the ball back on the Holy Cross 35. This ball well off the mark. It looked like maybe Chevelle was the intended receiver, but well overthrown there.
Simon, have you noticed that Wilson is now up under the center in the last couple series instead of staying in the shotgun as he did earlier in the game?
Certainly we've seen some misadventures on those long snaps from Holy Cross. This pass on target, but just unable to pull it in, was Gillowitz.
You know, this brings up a 3rd and 10. Holy Cross hasn't had a great punting game so far. So if Centennial, well, they're going to go for it by the looks of it. It just was a thought that went through my mind.
Oh, absolutely. So could have been a strategy, but Holy Cross just going to send the offense, or leave the offense back on the field. A couple of incomplete passes, and now a snap that actually looked like a good snap. Looked like Wilson just dropped it. Now it looks like he's going to try to run, scrambling for the first down. He's got the first down. Great hustle by Wilson after he had initially dropped the football, recovers well and picks up the first down.
That's athleticism, Simon. You have to be able to have the confidence to move with the ball. Look at him.
Almost maybe looked like an early snap, like Wilson wasn't quite ready for it yet.
Remains calm, looks downfield. First of all, seemed to see if he could find an open receiver, but makes the decision to carry it himself.
Looks like Holy Cross from about the 20-yard line now, following that big gain by Wilson. Pitch, Zakash out to the left, brought down. Gain of a couple, it appears.
Wow. That's inside the 20, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Short-changed and a bit of a bigger gain. Again, a little hard to tell with these yard lines. Looks like it was a gain of about 6 for Zakash, bringing 2nd and 4. About the 14-yard line of Centennial here in overtime.
Well, this gives Holy Cross some options, doesn't it? They're close enough to attempt a field goal or to kick it through the end zone. Draw play.
Zakash up the middle, brought down.
3rd down.
Now, looks like he's going to be stopped short
of
a first down, maybe a yard or so short.
Decision making.
Yeah, what do you do here? Don't know how much I'm trusting anything related to my special teams if I'm Holy Cross. I think I leave the offense out there.
Yeah, if Coach Unseth shows confidence in his offensive line to get that first down, he's doing exactly what he needs to do right now.
About a yard to go. Seen Wilson keep it in the situation. That's what he's going to do. Leans forward.
He goes
we'll
off
see
the right
spot.
side. Let's see the spot.
It's all going to come down to where the officials place it.
First down.
First down, Holy Cross. Now a golden opportunity for them to take the lead. Wilson just gaining enough yardage to get the first down. Hassel back in for Holy Cross. So much could have gone wrong on this drive for Holy Cross, yet somehow here they are at about the 9-yard line. Wilson going to keep it, dumps it off, incomplete pass. Is that intercepted? Great play! Are they saying it hit the ground?
It is an interception.
What a play by Centennial's Dathan Chevley with the pick.
Simon, I can't believe this. Holy Cross gets no points.
Outstanding defense from Centennial, and now it's the Chargers who will head over to the Holy Cross 35-yard line with a chance to win and punch their ticket. Look at this outstanding play. Dathan Chevley, ball batted up in the air, and a great pick. Comes down with it. And play whistle dead. Outstanding work by Dathan Chevley.
Everybody at SMF Field has been treated to a game for the ages. This is a classic, Simon.
So they will, as you had speculated, just play on this side of the field. Now it's Holy Cross trying to prevent Centennial. Any Chargers point here will bring an end to the Holy Cross Crusaders season. So that is a world of possibilities as Holy Cross's offensive aspirations snuffed out. First possession of overtime. Little bit of a timeout here. You can see the officials over chatting with Centennial bench.
Well, I think they want to make sure that they do everything as it should be done so that there can be no, you know, comments afterwards that you didn't account for this, you didn't account for that.
I know I had wondered if Chevley had perhaps intercepted that and perhaps could have returned it for a touchdown. Apparently that is not the case, because he had a mile of space between him and the nearest potential tackler. He would have made the end zone.
He would have.
So it is Centennial. First offensive play in overtime. They can put a point on the board, they'll win. The give.
Looks like 3 or 4, not a big gain.
Coghill once again had a very good game. Also had a costly fumble earlier.
Yeah.
A Markham is gaining about 5 yards, so that'll put the ball at the Holy Cross 30. Prefontaine in the shotgun. The give once again. Big gain up the middle.
There you go, Simon.
Is he heading
That's
for the corner?
Game.
Can he get it? He doesn't. Knocked out at about the 2-yard line. I thought that might be over. Another big gain. Thomas Coghill.
There's a
looked
flag.
like he was heading to the end zone.
Oh,
you're right.
Flag.
Well away from where the play ended, sort of in the middle of the field. It looks like it's going against Holy Cross. No, it's against Centennial. Another Coghill big run wiped out by another big Centennial penalty.
However, they did have first down yardage, so they do get 3 more tries.
It's first down, Centennial Chargers.
You are correct, Jack. So it's Centennial ball now at the 25 following that penalty. 1st and 10. Prefontaine again from the shotgun. Again, hands it off. Coghill up the middle. Not much there, a couple of yards. Crossing there trying to strip the ball away. Goodmanson trying to rip it out of the hands of Coghill.
Yeah, Coghill has both hands over the ball.
Yep, no mistake this time. By a trio of Crusaders. Bring up 2nd and 5 from the Holy Cross 20-yard line. Prefontaine over to his right. And a trio of receivers on his left. The give once again to Coghill. He's going to bounce out to the left side again. Breaks the tackle, trying to make the end zone. He's in! Centennial wins the 4A City Championship, beating Holy Cross. What a carry.
I don't see a flag on the field, Simon. I think this time it is for real. They are going to have to go and kick the extra point, but Centennial knows that the game is theirs. What a game, what a finish.
Wow, great run by Coghill. We'll get another look at it here. Breaking tackle after tackle. He saw end zone, lunges at the last minute, and just across the goal line to wrap up a 4A championship. in upset style over the Holy Cross Crusaders. Centennial on their way to the provincial title game.
You're absolutely right, Simon. I think Centennial came in to this game as the underdog, and
now let
we're
the
not
celebration
expected
begin.
to win. Well, congratulations to Centennial Chargers, players and coaches, and also to Holy Cross as well.
What can you say about this Holy Cross Crusaders team? Trailed the entire game, never had the lead, but came back to tie it, I believe, 3 times, including in the dying seconds of the 4th quarter. But in the end, in overtime, it's Centennial coming up with the win and on their way to the provincial title game.
A lot of heart was shown by Holy Cross tonight, and you got to feel good about that. That's not always easy for young guys to do, but they have everything to be proud of, that's for sure.
Perfect regular season for the Holy Cross Crusaders. 7-0 on the regular campaign. They held the Centennial Chargers team to just 3 points in their previous matchup. But tonight, when the championship was on the line, Centennial was more than up to the challenge.
Simon, just before we sign off, I want to thank you for this opportunity to join you this evening.
Coach, it's been an awful lot of fun. Great, you were a great teacher. Had a lot of fun learning about phys ed from you back in those high school days, but sitting here and getting to call a game with you, it's been an absolute blast, and we had a couple of good games to call, my friend.
It sure was, and I really want to comment on the professionalism that you show in your broadcast skills, and wish you all the best, because it was a pleasure to be here with you tonight. And you know, that's the beauty of being a teacher. You do get to work with your students when they are, adults and doing things in the adult world. So thank you very much.
I appreciate it, Coach. Been an absolute blast. Thank you for your great work on the broadcast tonight. Congratulations again to both of our winners tonight, North Battleford and Centennial, both on their way to the provincial title games. That's going to do it for our coverage from the Saskatoon Minor Football Field at the Gordie House Sports Complex. On behalf of a very chilly Shaw TV crew who very much wants to get warm and wants me to stop talking, so I will do that. And Jack Nepchuk, I'm Simon Haidt. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time for the next live sporting event on Shaw TV.
Good night.